Welcome back to Happy Bake Day. My name is Amanda and I am excited to be joined once again by my friends over at Ducktrap. Today we're going to be using their lightly smoked salmon fillets, which are absolutely fabulous. They've got a really delicious, lightly smoky flavor. It bakes up beautifully in our recipe today. We're going to be making a Salmon Wellington, which is going to be perfect for a wonderful upgraded picnic. In a medium bowl, you're going to combine 8 ounces of frozen chopped spinach that has been thawed and drained, along with 2 large eggs, half a small yellow onion that's been diced, half a teaspoon of salt, half a teaspoon of garlic powder, a quarter teaspoon of black pepper, and 8 ounces of softened cream cheese, along with 1 teaspoon of lemon juice. You're going to mix everything together until it's well combined. Then you're going to fold in a half a cup of feta cheese crumbles. Again, you're going to mix everything really well together until it's nicely combined. Then you can set your bowl aside. Next, you'll roll out 2 sheets of frozen puff pastry that has been thawed. Cut each of your puff pastry sheets in half, so now you'll have 4 puff pastry sheets. And you're going to place each of these puff pastry sheets on a piece of parchment paper, and it makes handling much easier. You're going to take one of your Ducktrap lightly smoked salmon fillets with the skin removed and place it on one of your puff pastry sheets off to the side. Make sure you leave at least a 1-inch border around your salmon edges. Evenly divide your spinach mixture and top it over each of your salmon fillets. In a small bowl, you'll whisk together 1 more large egg along with a teaspoon of water. Use a basting brush to baste a layer or a border of your egg around the edges of your puff pastry. Very carefully fold the puff pastry over the top of your salmon and then push the edges down to create a seal where you've added your egg basted border. Don't forget to trim your edges of the puff pastry so your border is not more than about 1 inch wide, and then you can use a fork to crimp the edges sealed. Brush the top of your puff pastry with additional egg wash. Then use a very sharp paring knife to cut a couple of slits across the top of your puff pastry for ventilation. Transfer your salmon to a baking tray, and this is ready for baking. You'll bake your Salmon Wellington in an oven that's been preheated to 400 degrees for about 28 to 33 minutes, or until the puff pastry is beautifully puffed up and deeply golden brown. Allow your salmon to rest on the baking tray for a few minutes, then serve while hot. Enjoy your Salmon Wellington at an elevated summer picnic or brunch with friends. The Ducktrap lightly smoked salmon bakes beautifully, stays moist and tender in the puff pastry, and the subtle smokiness adds the perfect flavor. Visit Ducktrap's website to see where you can find the salmon and try this recipe for yourself. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to my channel, and join me again next week.